Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 4th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, Cancer, let's see what we have going on for you. That's why it's not letting me pick. Let's keep going here, Cancer. All right, Cancer. This looks pretty good so far. It is very similar to Pisces reading, I should say, in a lot of ways. Although I will say your reading is very, very positive. Pisces wasn't negative, but it definitely wasn't, positive. Let's put it that way. So, but what I would say is if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Pisces, definitely might be a reading that you want to watch, is what I'd say to you, Cancer. So let's see here, Cancer. Cancer, you have the standstill card here. So I feel like for some of you, it's kind of like in the past, you were at a standstill is what's popping into my head here with these cards. I feel like you were trying to manifest love with someone, maybe someone that you were hoping to marry or have a very deep commitment with this Four of Wands. It's like you were hoping for something permanent with this King of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, you either are at a standstill with a person, or you experienced a standstill with a person that you were hoping for a deep commitment with here in the past. I feel like some of you could have experienced a lot of burdens as well in a past relationship. So that's just popping into my head. You start off with the Four of Cups here and the Seven of Swords, or the Seven of Spades. I read playing cards and tarot very differently, but Seven of Spades in the playing card reading system just represents fears, and but mostly internal fears that don't exist. I feel like some of you, again, could have been trying to manifest a love offer from a person. It could have been a Libra, an Aquarius, could have been a fire sign, I'm getting, or an earth sign, is what I'd say to you, Cancer. But it's like maybe you were trying to manifest love, but maybe it just didn't happen, or it didn't happen the way you wanted. For some of you, like, I'm getting a very weird message as well. Like, I feel like for some of you, it's like you could have been interested in someone, and it's like maybe they moved away, or maybe they got fired from their job or something like that. Like, I feel like there was a loss of a potential relationship for a reason is what's popping into my head. But it's not like, because they weren't interested in you. It's like they took a different path, or, something happened. So I feel like either you're thinking of that person, some of you, or, that's just the situation that happened with that card. Next, you have the Four of Wands here and the Two of Spades. Yeah, like I said, there was a disappointment. There was a kind of something happened to cause a separation with this Two of Spades. The Two of Spades in the playing cards is just like a separation. And so I feel like there was a separation here, but it's like you were hoping for this right here. You were hoping for a celebration. What's funny is that the Four of Wands to me represents a pause. And it's like you have this standstill card as well. So I feel like there was a pause in a situation. It's like two wands on either side kind of represents a pause symbol. So I feel like some of you were either on pause or you were paused, is what's popping into my head here, from being in a relationship or from having some sort of completion. The Four of Wands is a card of completion because it's a card of celebration. It can be a card of like finishing something, or kind of almost coming to a finish line, kind of. So I feel like some of you were hoping to, reach your goal, basically. And next you have the King of Pentacles here and the Seven of Diamonds. Yeah, and this is like hoping for communication. Two sevens, internal fears that don't exist. Two sevens to me is definitely internal fears. Not only that, you have the Bee Spirit here as well. That Bee Spirit is a number 7. So I feel like for some of you, there could be some fears going on here, or there were fears that something wouldn't work out. This could also represent that you were hoping to get communication from this person, and maybe it just didn't come in, basically, with those cards. By the way, Cancer, we're going to wrap this all up at the end, just so you know. So there will be more messages that come out at the end. Next, you have the Bee Spirit here and the Nine of Spades. I actually don't clarify these Oracle cards, but I did, so we'll take it. The Bee Spirit says, sweet results await. The Nine of Spades is just a temporary blessing in disguise in the playing cards. So I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe you were hoping for results here, you didn't get them, but I feel like the results are coming, I feel like is what this Bee Spirit is saying. I feel like you've been on a long journey here as well. The bee spirit doesn't really represent a long journey, and bees don't necessarily travel very far, but for some reason it's popping into my head. So I feel like some of you have been kind of like on a long journey. I almost feel like you're going to a different hive is what I feel like saying. So maybe that's where the long journey is coming in. It's like maybe you have been kicked away from something you thought was sweet here in the past, and it's like now you're just moving on to something else. But I feel like you're moving on to something that will be truly sweet, where there will truly be results. Nine of Spades in the playing cards is, actually a pretty decent card. It's a card that can, like I said, represent a temporary situation, a temporary blessing in disguise. It's also a card called the Anchor, and it just says, like, do not allow the past to hold you back. It's like time to pull up anchor and move on to something new. Next here, Cancer, you have the Fool card and the Three of Spades. Like I said, a separation, a breakup, taking a leap of faith with the Fool card. Pisces had the same card. Again, if you have Pisces in your chart, or if you are dealing with a Pisces, I would definitely go watch Pisces. You have a lot of similar things going on here, so it might fit in very well with you. But the Fool says it's time to take a leap of faith. He is very confident, and that's what I said to Pisces. He's holding his head up. He's not even looking at this cliff. And he also has a feather in his cap, and that feather kind of represents his knowledge. It represents the fact that he is more than prepared to take this leap of faith. He also is trusting that moving on to something new, that there will be like a step that appears in front of him so he doesn't fall off the cliff. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's time for a leap of faith. The sun, there's a sun here as well. It kind of represents like happiness and joy and abundance. And I feel like it's just saying that you are moving in the right direction. I feel like this is saying that a leap of faith is the right thing for you to do. This Three of Spades can represent a separation. It can also represent needing to watch your health. And again, I don't want to scare anybody here, but definitely Three of Spades, it's just a warning card. It just says get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, exercise, do all the right things, and you'll be fine with that Three of Spades. What I would say is, like, be careful of your back with the Three of Spades. Three of Spades can represent like back injuries, things like that. Next, you have the Justice card here and the Six of Diamonds. Pisces had both these cards. The Justice card is cause and effect. It's like where you put your energy and what you get back. And the Six of Diamonds is a card of imposter syndrome. So it can represent feeling like you're not good enough to have something. But what I would say is that the Six of Diamonds is also a card called the Clover, and it represents a lot of luck coming in for you, or just very lucky situations coming in for you. So it is a card of luck, and it is a card that says there is a lot of luck coming in. The Justice card, I feel like the luck that is coming in for you could be legal. It could be in a justice situation as well. There are other situations in our lives that require balance, of course. So it's kind of like saying bringing something into balance is what will lead to success. I also feel like this is saying that where you put your energy is what will bring in success. Justice, again, cause and effect. It just says where you put your energy and what you get back is what matters. So as long as you're putting your energy into things like work or business or love, where you are getting energy back, that's going to be your best bet with this Justice card. Next, you have the Six of Wands here, and Pisces had the same combination, Six of Wands and the Six of Clubs. These are basically the same two cards here. So this is pretty crazy. I shuffled this deck really, really well. I didn't even use this tarot deck for Pisces, so it's crazy that these are coming up together just like Pisces. Like I said, I would definitely watch Pisces, even if you don't have Pisces in your chart, Cancer. I feel like Pisces will resonate with you because there's just a lot of this stuff showing up here. The Six of Wands, card of success, card of being cheered on. It's also a card of victory as well. The Six of Clubs is also a card of success. Again, I read tarot and playing cards very differently, but the Six of Clubs is a card of success. It can also be a card of kind of like having a cross to bear, or bearing a heavy burden. The Six of Wands is very similar. The Six of Wands, this guy went off to war. He had a lot of difficult, challenging experiences, and now he's coming back from war, and he is being cheered on, he's being successful, but it's like he has a lot of burdens from war. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you are definitely carrying a lot of burdens, or you have gone through a lot of difficulties here that you are like trying to overcome. You have multiple sixes here now. You have like 4 sixes. So I love multiple sixes, for those of you that don't know. I talk about it way too much. But to me, when there are multiple sixes like this in a reading, it says you're going in the right direction, that you're on the right path. You even have the fork in the road card here. I love this card. This is my favorite card in this deck. I just like the imagery on it, but it kind of represents like a new path or picking a new path. And I feel like some of you need to like pick a new path with this card and start a new journey. But at the same time, I feel like you are, mostly because of these sixes that are showing up here. It's like you are clearly starting something new. I feel like, like I almost feel like saying this could just be confirmation for you. Maybe you're just like not sure if you should start a new path. I feel like this is just saying, yes, start something new. Next, you have the Temperance card here, Cancer, and the Five of Diamonds. Yeah, love it. Just do it. Very similar to the Fool card, the Five of Diamonds, because the Five of Diamonds just says, just do it. It says, take the leap of faith. And the Temperance card is a card of patience, but I feel like it's more saying that once you take a leap of faith, that's when things will change with the Temperance card. I've been talking about this quite a bit in the past, that to me, in the astrology, there is a lot of prove it energy. That, like, to me, the astrology is like, prove it. So I feel like the planets and everything, like if we want something, the planets are like, no, you need to pay us in advance before we allow you to be successful. So in a lot of ways, it's like we are having to pay for things up front energetically before we get them. So it's like if we want love, we have to date, but it's like more set in stone than it ever was. If we want a business, I feel like we have to start the business and just start working on it and just trust that the results will happen. I'm getting a lot of trust here, especially with these cards here. So I feel like in a lot of ways, the universe is asking you to trust and not question, and that's what will kind of manifest things in your life a lot faster. Next, you have the Six of Swords here and the Four of Diamonds. Love it. Four of Diamonds, definitely a card of patience. Temperance, card of patience. Four of Diamonds, very specifically in the playing card reading system, represents being patient for your soulmate. It is a very specific card. So it could represent love or a soulmate coming in for you. This middle row is very good for love, but it is a card of patience. The Six of Swords, moving on. So like I said, I feel like moving on from a relationship from the past is what's going to lead to love in your life. For others, I feel like you've just been through a lot of difficulties, like I already said, with these cards. You have all these sixes. Sixes are very like karmic in the playing card reading system and in the tarot as well. But the Six of Swords is a card of a rite of passage. It is a card of kind of like going through a difficult experience, but coming out the other side. This guy that is standing here in the Six of Swords as well, he represents like a guide. He represents someone who goes back and forth, right? He brings people to the calmer shores, but he also has to go back through the choppy waters. But he has like the knowledge, he has the wisdom to survive. He can go back and forth between the two worlds. And so I feel like this is saying that there are people in your life who can help you. You even have the Village card as your archetype card here. And when I put that card down, I was like, oh, it takes a village. That was what popped into my head. So I feel like for a lot of you, there are people who can guide you or who can get you out or away from choppy waters. And I feel like you need to trust that. Next, you have the Star card here and the King of Diamonds. Love it. The King of Diamonds is called the fish in the playing card reading system, and it represents a soulmate as well. So I feel like there could be a soulmate coming in for you. You have the King of Pentacles over here, so basically the same card. Definitely could be an earth sign coming in for some of you. In love, the Star card is like hope and renewal and faith, and so I feel like there is like a lot of hope in the future for you, especially around love, especially with someone new. So I definitely feel like there could be love coming in. I feel like you've had a lot of fears about whether or not love will come in here with these cards, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. I feel like for others, there's just a lot of financial luck coming in for you with these two cards, so I do feel like that could be financial luck. But like I said, you have this Village card here, so I feel like saying it takes a village. So I feel like this is saying allow people to help you, open up to people if you need help about things. This could represent, again, with the Six of Swords, that could represent some sort of expert in some sort of field that could help you. It's a card of a guide, but this doesn't have to cost money, with the Six of Swords. This could be like maybe you're trying to fix something with your finances or whatever, but there are plenty of people who are very smart who don't charge any money on YouTube, on, blogs, pretty much everything about anything that you could possibly imagine. It's like, for the most part, we can pretty much figure anything out for free, pretty much. I mean, unless we just don't have the knowledge. Like, am I going to be able to build a rocket in my backyard? No, I'm not a rocket scientist. But for the most part, it's like, for most of the problems that we have in life, we can figure it out. It might not be easy, but I feel like this card is saying there's a mountain here. I feel like it's saying, yeah, like you might be going through some difficulties and challenges, but it's like you can overcome these things. I think, like, I know so many stories. Like, I remember watching a documentary once about a guy in prison, and he was able to, he couldn't read, by the way, and then he taught himself how to read. Then he taught himself how to read the legal books in the library, and he was able to get himself out of prison. And it's like he had no education. So it's like, that's this right here. This is like figuring something out that might be hard, but it's like you're going to have a major victory at the end. So I feel like that's what's popping into my head with that card there. But this looks amazing. Cancer, definitely a lot of good stuff coming up for you. Some sort of new beginning here that needs to happen. It's like that Four of Cups is in standstill. It's like nothing happening here. Seven of Swords, fears that something won't happen. The Fool needing to take a leap of faith. That Three of Swords needing to take a leap of faith away from something as well. Again, very similar to Pisces reading that with that Three of Spades, because Pisces had a message of like potentially needing to leave something behind that is a comfort zone, or needing to potentially leave something behind that is comfort. So that's what I feel here. But this is what it's going to lead to, a change in your circumstances. Temperance is a card of alchemy. It's changing your circumstances. It's turning your situation from one thing into another, turning your situation from one thing into something better. So I feel like there are major improvements here for you, Cancer. In this row here, it's like the fear of not having love, the fear of not having the type of love that you desire. But you have the Justice card and the Six of Diamonds here. That Six of Diamonds, again, says you need to be bold and assertive. You need to put yourself out there for love. And then boom, you have the Star and the King of Pentacles, or the King of Diamonds, and you have the King of Pentacles over here. So this is like a soulmate coming in for you. There's a lot of hope in the future in love. So I feel like there's like a lot of hope coming in, a lot of like victories as well. I want to talk about this T here finally as well. This is extremely positive, this whole T that we have here in your reading. It's like some sort of new beginning here is going, that you put energy into with the Justice card, is going to lead to major success and a victory and wins for you and financial abundance. So I feel like if you're thinking about starting something new, work or business-wise, there is definitely a lot of success for you. Remember what I said about that bee spirit in this same row? I was saying that it's like you're almost going from one hive to another. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, you could be leaving one job, going to another. And I feel like it'll be very successful for you. I love this. This middle row is also very good, by the way. It's like you have marriage. Even with that Two of Spades, which could be a separation, it's still a marriage card. You have Justice. This could be a divorce situation, but Six of Diamonds is like a lot of luck. So, and Six of Swords, moving on. I would say if you've gone through a divorce, or if you're involved in a divorce, I feel like there could be a lot of success for you here in the middle row. It's definitely taken time. I feel like you've definitely been stuck with this first row that we have here. So things have been slow for you in that situation, but things will start moving forward. Same thing in love. Again, this middle row is very good for love, but it is asking you to be patient with that Four of Diamonds. But I like this a lot. So thank you, Cancer, for watching, and definitely enjoy your week.